When a man's hobby for urban exploring takes him into this abandoned building, he was probably hoping to capture something interesting with his camera. However, he most likely wasn't planning on leaving with such scary footage. As the video starts, we see the explorer moving through various dark and dilapidated rooms in the old building with only a flashlight to provide the light. The place clearly hasn't been used for a long time, and the rundown rooms provide a creepy ambience. He gets braver and braver as he moves through the rooms, pushing aside some pieces of debris to look behind them. However, in one doorway, a house coat hanging from the door jamb begins to swing back and forth all on its own. Inside the room, the man notices a lock on a door swinging wildly, as if something's trying to get out. He opens the door and goes inside, where a chair upends itself. He runs from the room in terror. When he attempts to enter another room, the door slams shut in his face. Clearly, there's something in this building that wants to be left alone. Or did this brave explorer accidentally release something terrifying by opening that locked door? If you're young and have no place of your own, abandoned buildings can be the perfect spot to hang out away from the watchful eyes of your guardians. That's what this young couple attempts to do when they build a cozy fire just outside of an old abandoned house deep in the woods. From the look of the building, teens have long been making this spot their hangout. The walls are covered with graffiti left behind by rebellious visitors. The couple who shoots this video most likely thinks they're perfectly safe hanging out in the old house. Then, the young man thinks he sees something unusual in the dark. With only the light from the fire, he's unable to know for sure what he saw. He quickly asks the young woman to turn on the flashlight so they can get a better look at their new guest. Once the flashlight clicks on, the camera captures a quick glimpse of some humanoid creature peering out from behind a tree. It disappears before the couple can get a look. Thinking that the creature went inside the house, the young man takes the flashlight and chases the creature inside. He looks around for a few seconds before shining his light on a nearby doorway. He catches a glimpse of the creature one more time before it ducks behind the wall. The camera doesn't capture many details, just enough to know that whatever the couple recorded in this scary footage definitely wasn't human. Hospitals are a common place for hauntings. Many people live out their final days behind the walls of hospitals, so it isn't unusual for their souls to linger there after death. This is especially the case in hospitals that were responsible for cruel treatments or illegal experiments. If ordinary hospitals are common locations for ghosts, abandoned hospitals are sure to provide some seriously scary footage. In this video shared by YouTuber The Fam, he takes up the challenge to spend the night in an abandoned hospital in Miami, Florida. Not long after entering the building, he begins to hear strange, loud noises behind him.
Alright, make sure you guys smash that like button, because we're about to... Whoa! What the hell was that? Hello?
Despite his fear of being ambushed from behind, he continues his exploration even as the strange noises continue to follow him.
What the hell was that?
He heads to the third floor of the building, where he comes upon a door labelled "Don't Open," dead inside. As the camera watches, the door slowly swings open on its own.
Kind of like that.
He decides to press on, and unfortunately the creepy noises follow. A few minutes later, the camera captures something that may provide an explanation. As he examines a particular hallway, a tall shadow in the shape of a human with a large, odd-shaped head stands only a few yards away. It's still for a few seconds, then begins walking across the hallway. The explorer doesn't seem to notice the shadow, continuing on with his journey. He eventually makes it to the morgue where an injury forces him to leave the hospital before daybreak. Was it a simple fall or a malicious push from an evil spirit? When a homeowner attempts to sell their home for only $100, a smart buyer would definitely wonder if the deal was too good to be true. In this scary footage, the homeowner in question reveals exactly why he wants to unload the building as quickly as possible. The video shows the homeowner exploring the house at night. Clearly, no one has lived in the house for quite some time. As he walks around, he's startled several times by mysterious noises and doors slamming shut on their own. He attempts to flee as one door repeatedly opens and slams shut. When the movement suddenly stops, he regains his courage and goes back to examine the doors. He finds nothing to explain how the doors were able to open and close on their own. He quickly moves past the doors, recording other instances of fixtures moving with no explanation, such as a light fixture swinging violently from the ceiling. Clearly, the homeowner in this footage has no desire to live with a poltergeist, leading him to leave the home abandoned for years. Although he has attempted to unload it for a paltry sum, no one has made an offer. Apparently, no one wants to live with this terrifying spirit. Hospitals are terrifying, especially when they're abandoned. Most buildings that are out of use are dark, dirty, and generally run down. However, the hospital featured in this scary footage still looks almost new. When the facility was shut down for budgetary reasons, the staff were only given 30 days notice to clear out and get all of their patients moved to other hospitals. Now the hospital sits empty, save for the loads of expensive medical equipment left behind. If the hospital closed due to costs, why wouldn't the equipment be taken to be used elsewhere? To make the place even weirder, the electricity in the building still works, even years after it was abandoned. In addition, several pipes in the building have burst, allowing some rooms to slowly flood with leaking water.
It's only gonna get worse.
YouTuber Exploring with Josh decides to check the place out and see if he can figure out the real reason the facility was abandoned. He begins touring the hospital searching for the creepiest place, the morgue. On his quest, he's startled when he hears voices echoing down the hall in the basement. He eventually finds the source, a radio that's been left on in the boiler room, possibly for years.
When we take pics together, she always knows how to capture my good side.
Finally, he and his crew locate the morgue. They're instantly put off by a terrible smell coming from the room.
It smells in here. Oh man, it's so nasty.
Close-ups of the equipment reveal mysterious stains, suggesting that no one bothered to clean up before leaving the facility for good. They screw up their courage and explore the morgue, only to capture another terrifying sound, a baby's laughter.
Dude, I never smelled anything so bad in my life.
None of the explorers seem to notice it, but it comes through loud and clear on the video. Whatever happened in this abandoned hospital seems better left vacant. If you want more scary videos just like this, remember to hit that subscribe button and turn on channel notifications. That way you'll be notified about all our latest content. In this short but scary footage, a group of explorers head to an abandoned house to see what supernatural events they might be able to capture on film. At the start of the footage, the explorers chuckle nervously as they hear a strange bleating sound in the house. They're unable to locate a source for the mysterious sounds. The sounds become more agitated, and for a split second, the light of the camera captures the outline of a stooped figure watching in the dark. The figure quickly returns to shadow. After that, the bleating noises continue, joined with another terrifying sound, the screams of the explorers. The cameraman makes it back to his car. but is quickly greeted by bleating and scratching at the door. We can hear a car door open, and a moment before the video cuts off, the cameraman's scream is heard in the distance. What do you think these urban explorers have captured on camera? Love to get your opinions on this one in the comments section below.
If you want more scary video clips like the ones you've just